Let's get it, y'all. We are live and we're in College Park. Let's go. I was about to say Silver Spring. Here with my brother Ari.
Hey, how we doing today?
How you doing, brother?
It is good to see you, man.
Guys, this is a blessing. All I can say is God is good. I met Ari on Sunday at the the Commanders game. Sorry,
Hey,
I'm a
good.
diehard
All getting used to it.
DC fan.
Yes, sir.
So I call them the Redskins because I'm like, that's how I grew up.
Fair
Hearing
enough.
about them,
It's all
but
burgundy and gold, right?
It's all burgundy and gold, but we're gonna say Commanders because he works for them. And I'm gonna let you tell them a little bit about yourself, man.
Absolutely. So I'm in my third season right now with the Commanders. I joined right out of school. I went to UMass Amherst, actually Boston, born and raised. I'm converted away from Patriots at this point. Don't you worry.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. But I mean, it's impossible not to fall in love with this team once you get down here. I mean, when you see the place rocking.
I mean, Jaden Daniels.
It's impossible not to be excited.
It's impossible not to be excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be real. When I joined 3 years ago, it was an uphill battle, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on the sales squad over there, and my job is to make sure that we have a home field advantage week in, week out. We pack the stands with burgundy and gold, right?
Yeah.
So for me, seeing the difference between 3 years ago and now, it's night and day.
It's night and day, and I'm in sales, so I can only. I mean, I'm in roofing sales, so the owner used to come and say, "Hey, we need $50 million."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That made me like, okay, I need at least.
We gotta
$1 million,
go.
You know?
Yeah.
And so now you're looking at an uphill battle where, hey, team's not really that great, but guess what? We still need to pack the stands,
Right.
And that is sales,
Right.
because I'm sure there's a number on,
Absolutely.
concessions,
Absolutely.
everything that's involved in the stadium. So
All that we have to do.
wow, man. What aspect of the sales do you have?
Yeah,
exactly?
so for me personally, I'm on a group sales team. So we have our season ticket member base, of course, and then we have people that just buy their single game tickets online.
Yeah.
But then we got to make sure we have a true home field advantage.
Right.
And we got the players on the field. They need to feel that energy from the fan base.
Absolutely.
So that's my job, is make sure that we pack those stands. So
Gotcha.
I can get creative with it. I work with youth sports mostly.
Nice.
That's my bread and butter. So bringing out youth football leagues.
Oh, like at halftime show and stuff. Wow.
When you see the kids playing on the field during halftime, that's me.
See, I always like to see that, and sometimes they throw the footballs into a bin or something like that, or things like that. Yeah.
We try to get creative with it.
Yeah,
and
heck yeah.
We do actually over the summer. This is one of my favorite things. We call it our youth football skills camp.
Okay.
So any group that comes out to a game with us, they actually get to, over the summer, they go out to our Ashburn practice facility.
Oh, I know exactly where that is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And some of the Washington legends, like guys Logan
Green.
Paulson, Fred Smoot, Daryl Green, Santana, they'll come out and do drills with those kids.
You know what's
and
crazy?
coach them up.
I grew up because my dad worked for Pulte Homes.
Okay.
And so they would always host a golf tournament with Commanders players.
I got you.
Daryl Green was there every year, so I got a couple things signed by Daryl Green.
He's the
Still
man.
to this day, man. And the fan base in DC is serious. That's like I think we're top 5 fan base in the league.
Easily. Always have been. It's just now we're giving them a reason to come out and show it.
And if you live in the city, you can feel the energy. You got people just high-fiving each other. Hey, what's up?
It's
know
unbelievable.
What I mean?
I got a story for you, actually,
okay,
Mike. I mean, yesterday, so normally I have my badge that I wear to work, all that, right? And normally when I'm just out and about, I take it off just because I'm proud of who I work for, of course.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, when I'm in public, I don't want to get hounded with questions, things like that.
As soon as it's like being a celebrity, I think.
Right now, it is.
It is,
And so I was going into CVS, just picking up a couple things, right, on my way home, and forgot I had my badge on. And I got a standing ovation. I mean,
really?
I'll be real.
Where were you at?
I was in the Arlington CVS in the Central Boston area. It was wild.
Bro.
It was wild. I'd never experienced anything like that. I am not a player.
Yeah, but you had the badge.
It was real cool. It's cool to just see the city behind us again.
Absolutely, man. But I think that's a pat on your back too, because you were there before.
Yeah.
This was the feeling.
Yeah.
So that means you were in the room where we're like, hey, how can we get the city feeling like how it is now?
Right.
And of course, there's so many other factors. You got to get the players.
Jaden helps.
Jaden helps. New ownership, right? Because you came in with the old ownership.
I did.
So can we talk on that at all?
Absolutely. Go for it.
So what would you say was your, without going into detail, biggest difference from ownership? Because from a fan base, I think the culture was horrible.
Sure.
But what do you think?
I mean, I'll be real. Internally,
Yeah.
not a ton has changed, of course. Back in like 2020, 2021. I wasn't here yet, but everyone saw what was going on. I'll be real. Like, I don't know too much to the extent of how much of that was true, how much wasn't.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who knows, right? But when I got there in 22, it was still the Snyder ownership group, right?
Okay.
And we didn't really see much of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But the fan base felt it.
Right.
Fan base felt it. And, like, when I was going out into the area, like I mentioned with that CVS thing before, where I was wearing my badge, that was not the reaction I was getting with the old ownership, right? So I think it just gives people a reason to trust us again.
Sure.
Right? And it symbolizes a new beginning more than anything else. And I think just being able to have Magic Johnson in the building.
So I was gonna speak on that, and Magic Johnson, that's a big deal because
it's special.
Magic doesn't associate with anything but winning.
Correct.
And did you see the show Winning Time?
I did not actually.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you gotta watch it.
Oh, it's on the list.
Have you met Magic Johnson?
I have.
Oh my God.
You'll like this. So
right,
day one, when new ownership buys the team, the first thing they do is they set up a meeting to meet the entire front office staff. Wow. So I'm situated in the stadium. So we actually now work out at College Park, Maryland. But
where we're at?
Yeah, so we used to work at the stadium. My office was on the 5th floor in one of the suites.
That's pretty cool.
Reason we moved, when new ownership came in, we had a ton of new interest in suites. Right?
Of course, yeah.
Season tickets,
Magic's
groups,
there,
all good things. So our suites sold out.
Nice.
Good problem to have. Good problem to have. So we ended up having to leave our offices to convert them into new spaces for our fans, so we can accommodate everyone who now wants to be here.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're now in College Park, Maryland, 15 minutes away from the stadium. But day one,
15 minutes?
Josh Harris, Mitchell Rales, Mark Ian, Magic Johnson, the entire new ownership group comes in and meets with all of us.
Wow.
And so the distance between you and I right now, that was the distance between myself and Magic, and that was something special.
You were talking to him?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was unbelievable. Somewhere there's a picture of me just looking up at him while he's giving a speech. Man, it's unreal.
Just the networks and connections, and I mean, the fact that you're only, how old are you, man?
I'm 24.
That's ridiculous, and that's so dope. And actually, we didn't even talk about that because we were talking earlier. But can you tell them how you got your job?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. You got to tell them because I think it's
sure, man.
So dope.
So I went to UMass Amherst, right, and I majored in sport management, so business degree, focusing on sports. And I mean, like, as we were saying, like, life's just all about the people and the relationships that you make along the way. So
actions, yes, sir.
I'm 18 years old, week 2 of college, freshman year, and I'm in my intro to sport management class. It's the second guest speaker we ever have. His name's Sam. He's the inside sales manager for the Washington Wizards. And he tells me, he's speaking to our class, about 200 people, explaining the ins and outs of what sports sales can be, what a career can be, what it means to be a true consultant with the team and provide experiences and memories for others, and just doing great things.
That's what life's about, actually, memories.
That's absolutely, and that's what you remember, right?
Yeah.
So after I was so inspired by the way that he spoke, I went up to him as an 18-year-old. I said, "Hi, Sam. I'm a freshman, and when I graduate, I want to work for you." And
hold on, all the young kids out there, did you just repeat that one more time, man? Because that's serious stuff.
Of course. So 18 years old, as a college freshman, week 2.
Week 2.
And I go up to this guy that I admire greatly, and I said,
"But you didn't know him."
Didn't know him.
Okay.
Didn't know him. I asked a question during, and I said, "Hey, I asked the question about your jump from being a seller to being a leader."
Yeah.
And I know he appreciated that I went back to that.
Yep.
And I said, "Listen, I love the way that you present yourself and the way that you just explained how you are and who you operate and how you operate.
Yeah.
And when I'm older, when I graduate, I want to work for you."
Wow.
And he said, "Hey, if you're serious, let's set up a call." So the next week we hop on a Zoom call. He must have liked what I had to say, because we ended up having a monthly call for the next 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Follow-up game is strong.
Without fail, for 3 years. And then timing works out, man. I knew that I had a job lined up with the Washington Wizards when I was a sophomore.
Sophomore in college.
And then 2021 hits. A lot goes down with the Washington football team at the time.
Oh, right.
They have to clean house and bring in a whole new senior leadership, right?
Yeah.
One of those people they bring in is Sam from the Wizards. So I see the announcement on LinkedIn, and I go, "Uh-oh, I'm out of a job."
Yeah. Oh, so you saw it on LinkedIn. He didn't message you or anything
right.
like
Things
that.
were moving quick.
Yeah,
Things were moving quick.
Course.
And I was working at a summer camp at the time. I was their athletic director and a camp counselor.
Yeah.
So him and I hadn't synced up for probably 3 weeks.
Yep.
We had a call going next week, and I see his update. And I'm thinking to myself, oh no, there goes my job.
Yep.
But I shoot him a text just saying congratulations, looking forward to when we can chat next.
Of course.
And he says, hey, a lot to catch up on, I'm excited. I go, all right. And the next time we chat, he goes, listen, I'm going to be real, your offer with the Wizards, it still stands. There's nothing I can do about that, but we're building something beautiful in Washington on the football side, and I want you to be a part of it. And what he told me, and the reason that I went there after I graduated in 2022, was he said, listen, this is going to be an uphill battle. It's going to be a challenge, but I think you're up for it, and we want you to be a part of it. And we need to earn the trust back of this fan base.
Yeah.
We're candidly not a great team right now, but we're trending in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Our team president, Jason Wright, is doing all the right things.
Yeah.
And we want you there.
Wow.
So I had the choice. I could either go to the Wizards or the Washington football team.
Which pro team do you want to go to? Like,
right.
That's
I
really
mean,
cool.
it was
that's
wild.
Like being the number 1 draft pick.
I genuinely, man, I felt like a free agent. And
that's awesome.
It was unbelievable. Genuinely.
God is good, but at the same time, and it's not a but, because but usually means like forget what you said before that.
I hear you.
It's more like he put in the time, you put in the preparation, and most importantly, initiative.
Yeah.
How many people don't put in initiative but think about it? How many people you think thought about saying that to him?
Right.
But didn't do it because they were like, oh, I don't know what to
or
do.
like overthinking about like what's the right way to approach it, or just thinking how do I follow up instead of just going up and saying it.
Just do it. Just do it, literally. And this isn't Nike, but at the same time, I was just telling somebody the other day, it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Absolutely.
Somebody don't ask somebody like, hey, do you think he would mind? Let's just say this is somebody else.
Sure.
They just heard this guy talk. They go to somebody else and say, hey, do you think I should ask him?
Right.
No, that's asking for permission. Goes directly to him.
Go do it.
Because guess what? He's going to tell you right then and there, yes or no.
Right, and like nothing's handed on a silver platter, right?
No,
like
not at all. And you're
usually
from Boston.
Right.
Come on,
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, no one was gonna make the introduction for me.
Right.
So I figure if I'm not gonna go do it, who will?
Man, I love that, man. But this max I can post on Instagram is 13 minutes where I don't have to edit too much. It doesn't take too long.
Easy.
Guys, this is Ari with the Commanders. There's more to come because I feel like this is a good combo.
Got something cooking here.
I really
yes, sir.
feel it, man.
It's been a good one.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.